Hi everyone, my name is Yalith, and tonight I'm going to be teaching a 60-minute all levels vinyasa flow. So we're gonna have some fun tonight, just relax. If you have my playlist, you can go ahead and start that now. And we're gonna start in child's pose. You come through tabletop, finding your knees at hips width distance. And sink your hips back towards your heels, extending arms forward. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat. As you're coming into this position, gently drawing the attention towards the breath. Notice where the sensation of the breath is in the body. And as you're ready, start to scan the physical body. Noticing any areas of tension or ease, comfort or discomfort. Noticing if there's any way that you can let go a little bit more. And eventually taking inventory of your emotional and energetic body. Noticing how you feel as you come onto your mat this evening. Throughout this practice, we're going to be thinking of the idea of how we can bring some playfulness and joy into our practice. So if you'd like to set that as your intention or any other intention tonight, use your next exhale to set that into place. Allow a smile to start to break out in the corners of your lips, even if it's fake, even if it feels silly. As you're ready, we'll start to take an ujjayi breath. If you know where you're going, feel free to cultivate that now. Otherwise, taking a deep breath in through your nose, and out through an open mouth as if you're fogging up a window. Then finding that same tension in the back of your throat on both your inhales and your exhales through your nose. Using this audible breath to carry you through the class. We'll be here for a few more breaths. As you're ready, our next inhale, roll up through your spine, coming into tabletop, and extend into cow pose. Exhale to press the floor away, coming into a rounded back for cat pose. Inhale to cow. And then exhale to come through cat and sink back into child's pose. We'll take that 2 more times, your own breath pace. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale back to child's. One more time like that. You finish your last round. Inhale to come up to tabletop pose. Finding a solid pose with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Open your chest and shoulders as you press the floor away with your arms. On your inhale, extend right leg back behind you. Press into your ankle a little bit, finding a stretch in the back of the leg. Maybe bending the knee. I'm going to give a lot of variations up and down tonight. Take what feels good in your body throughout class. Try and make this practice enjoyable, not overly difficult or stressful. On your inhale, lift right leg and left arm up off the mat, finding left thumb up to the ceiling. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to bend right knee to the side of your body, extending left arm to the side. Inhale, release left hand down to the mat as you swing right leg up and over, coming into a slight back bend here. No need to push this too hard. Exhale to come back to extend right leg back behind you and bend elbows into a bow. Inhale to come back and exhale. Release your knee to the ground. Taking that to the other side. We'll be doing this a few times. So if you would like to take one more round to feel this in your body and learn the sequence of movement, that's awesome. Inhaling to extend left leg back. And just for this first time, pressing into your ankle a little bit, moving through all those joints. And as you're ready, inhale to lift left leg and right arm up over the floor. Exhale, bending left leg and extending right arm to the side. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to find right hand to the floor. Left leg goes over, finding a gentle back bend. This is like wild thing, except on the ground. It's a little bit less intense, but foreshadowing we're heading there. Exhale to come back, left leg lifts, bowing towards the earth. Inhale to come back up and exhale to release down to the mat. Take that same flow at your own pace, own breath pace. 2 more times to each side. I'm going to cue you through once if you'd like. Inhale, extending right leg, left arm. Exhale, bend right leg, left arm to the side. Inhale, right leg goes over, finding a back bend. Exhale, extending right leg, bow forward. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to tabletop, same thing other side. Inhale, extend left leg, right arm. Exhale, bend left leg, right arm to the side. Inhale, left leg goes over, finding a back bend. Exhale, extend left leg, bend elbows, hugging to side for a bow. Inhale to rise, exhale to release. Take that same thing one more time at your own breath pace. Allowing yourself to luxuriate through movement. Slowly building in your range of motion. There's no need to use everything you have right now. Eventually coming to a neutral tabletop. Stay here for an inhale, and on your exhale, release back to child's pose. Releasing your lower back. I invite you here to take a wide-legged child's pose with knees wide to the edges of your mat as more of a spinal neutralizer. Tuning into your breath here as we continue flowing. On your inhale, rolling up to cow pose. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward, coming back into cow pose. Then exhale to melt back into child's pose. We'll take that 2 more times at your own breath pace. Inhale to cow. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale to cow. Exhale to melt back, child's pose. Taking that 1 more time. Luxuriating to this movement, taking it as slow or as fast as you'd like. And as you find yourself in child's pose for the last time, roll up through cow and press back, downward facing dog. Finding a few breaths in downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out your feet or take any other conscious movement. Maybe looking under one shoulder and then the other. Or taking a big bend in both knees. Allowing hips to dial up to the sky. Eventually finding a moment of stillness. Finding equal weight in hands and feet. On your inhale, rise up high onto your toes, look to the front of the mat. And on the bottom of your exhale, take tiny steps in between your hands. Find opposite hand to opposite elbow for Ragdoll Pose. Release your head, release your neck, release your shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, let everything go. And as you're ready, release hands to the floor. Deeply bend your knees and slowly roll up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Extend the fingertips down as shoulder blades roll down your back. We're going to take a few rounds of breath of joy. This is a very heating breath. We pair it with movement to make it more enjoyable, I guess. But if you'd like to join me, the movement is inhale, inhale partway here, inhale arms side, inhale arms up, and exhale to release. So moving through that, it looks like so joining in at any time. Allowing your body to kind of release into this movement. If this isn't for you, no worries. One more. Inhale to come up, arms overhead, upward salute. Find your gaze in between your palms. And exhale, finding hands at heart center. Take a moment here to close your eyes. Again, maybe connecting to that inner smile. As you take in the effects of that breath practice. Maybe coming to find your grounding in your feet, noticing that. Taking a moment to take it all in. As you're ready, flutter your eyes open. Inhale, arms overhead, Ardha Tadasana, upward salute. Exhale, deep bend in your knees, forward fold. Hands to the mat. Inhale, step back, plank pose. Extend long from your heels to the crown of your head. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to release knees and feet to the ground and slowly lower all the way down to your belly. Hands come under shoulders. Inhale, cobra pose. Pulling your elbows back, extending chest forward. Exhale to release down. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up high on your toes, look to the front of your mat, and step forward between your hands on the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take that 2 more times to variations. The classic sunny flow. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, deep bend in both knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back, plank pose. Option to continue with knees down, cobra, or if you'd like, shift forward over your hands, slowly bend elbows until you flip over your toes to upward facing dog. Thighs remain lifted up off the floor. And exhale, using a core to shoot your hips back into downward facing dog. Staying for a breath. Inhale to rise up high on your toes, look to the front of your mat. And at the bottom of your exhale, step or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center, taking 1 more like that. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, deeply bend your knees, swan dive forward, luxuriating through this movement. Option to step back to plank or float to chaturanga. Stay for the inhale if you're in plank. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Inhale to cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale to release down to the mat. Inhale through table. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Release your head and neck, press evenly through both hands. Maybe take a little bit of movement, bending and straightening one knee and the other. Finding breath full in this pose. When you're ready, inhale to lift right leg up over the mat. And exhale to take a large right step forward between your hands. Keeping your left hand on the floor, option to come up onto a block or onto tented fingertips. Inhale to bring right arm through your heart and extend into a twist. Stay here for a breath in and a breath out to come back to the mat. On your next inhale, sweeping both arms overhead, coming into Anjaneyasana, Crescent Lunge. Stay here for an inhale, extending through fingertips. Exhale to release, knee and foot down to the mat. Maintaining that length, pulling up through your fingertips. Inhale here, exhale to find an open twist. Right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. Inhale here, and exhale to twist a little deeper. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. Exhale, hands to the earth, energize through back foot, step back, plank pose. Take your variation of knees down, cobra or chaturanga to upward facing. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Taking a few neutralizing breaths in your downward facing dog as we start to take that to the other side. As you're ready, inhale, left leg floats up off the mat. And exhale to step it forward between your hands. Finding grounding in your right hand, either on the floor, fingertips, or a block. Inhale to rotate and open. Breathe here. For one more inhale, exhale to find both hands back to the mat. And on your next inhale, finding both arms up overhead for Crescent Lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, extending through fingertips, finding strong legs here. Staying for one more inhale. Exhale to release knee and foot to the ground, just maintaining all that energy pulling you up. Stay for one more inhale here. Exhale to find an open twist. The left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Breath is flowing. So you take an inhale And exhale to twist a little bit more. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, arms to the mat, step back to plank pose. Take your vinyasa, we meet in downward facing dog. Take a moment in downward facing dog or child's pose to reset and take some breaths. Deep breaths in and out as you allow your heart to melt towards the floor. And when you're ready, if you're not already there, we'll come back to downward facing dog. Inhale to rise up high on your toes and undulate forward to plank pose. Finding strength here. Stay for an inhale, exhale to bend your knees and press back, downward facing dog. We'll take that 2 more times at your own breath pace, luxuriating through the movement. Trying to shift as much of your weight over your arms as possible. And eventually coming to suspend in plank pose. Pressing into the floor, finding strong arms. Stay for an inhale, exhale to pull right knee to nose. Inhale, extend the right knee. And left arm comes up off the mat for falling triangle. Right leg crosses across your body. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to find left hand back to the floor. Right leg comes over left, coming into a back bend. Variation of Tadasana side plank. Breathe. Breathe in. And breathe out, coming back to plank pose. Stay for a breath in. And exhale to press back, downward facing dog. Release head and neck. Heart melts through your shoulders. As you're ready, inhale to rise up onto your toes and shift forward to plank pose. Exhale here and take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, left knee to nose. Inhale to cross the left leg over your body and extend right arm overhead for fallen triangle. Stay for an inhale. And an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes to the floor. Stepping left leg over right. Coming into a variation of Asana with a slight back bend. Breathe here for an inhale and a full exhale. Inhale. Exhale, black to plank pose. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Option to stay in downward facing dog or child's pose if you'd like, or to flow through that same thing again, once to each side at your own breath pace, luxuriating through movement. Trying to make this into a dance. Eventually finding downward facing dog, pressing into your feet and hands equally. Inhale to rise up high onto your toes, look to the front of the mat and step or float between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let everything go. As you're ready, plant your right hand onto the floor. Bend into your right knee as you straighten your left. And inhale, left arm to your heart, extending up overhead for a twist. Staying here for a few breaths. Stay for one more inhale. Then exhale to release your hand back to the floor. We'll take the same thing to the other side, bending into left knee, straightening right. Inhale to bring my arm through your heart and extend up overhead. Breathing here. Stay for an inhale. And exhale to bring your hand back down to the ground. Release your head, neck, shoulders. Breathing here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms overhead, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here, grounding through your feet. Breathe. As you're ready, come to cross right leg over left. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and find your right wrist in your left hand, grabbing onto it gently as you pull into a slight side body stretch. Stay for an inhale and an exhale. One more inhale. And exhale brings you back to center. Arms to heart center. Again, taking a moment to center here. Coming back to the breath. And as you're ready, crossing left leg over right. Inhale, arms overhead. Come to grab left wrist with the right hand. And pull over into a side body stretch. Breathing here as you lengthen through left side body. Maintaining length in right side body. Full and deep breath for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhale here, exhale to come back to center. And find hands in heart center. Again, feeling energy balancing between right and left side body. Inhale, arms overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, deep bend in the knees. Swan dive forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Step back to plank pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to take knees down, cobra, or chaturanga to upward facing dog. We meet in downward facing dog. Press into both hands equally, feeling weight and support in your shoulders. Maybe coming back to that pedaling of the feet or any other conscious movement. When you're ready, inhale to extend right leg up overhead. Exhale, bringing right foot through left knee. Thinking tree pose, coming towards side plank here. Option to step right foot forward or to take a variation of Tadasana here with your peace fingers around right big toe. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, arm goes all the way overhead, coming back to plank pose. Stay for one more in-breath here. And on your exhale, take knees down, cobra, or chaturanga up dog, your choice. Finding downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. On your next inhale, lift left leg up over the mat. Exhale to bring left foot through right knee, coming into side plank. Option to step left foot forward or to extend leg in Tadasana, big toe pose. Staying for the inhale and the exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, arm goes all the way around, coming forward, coming into plank pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to release knees and feet to the ground, or to take chaturanga to upward facing dog. Eventually finding child's pose for a few breaths. Let your heart melt through your arms. Let your breath be full. As we're ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. On your inhale, take a large right step forward to the outside of your right hand. Inhale to find right hand to right knee and press the knee open, opening through your chest. Finding a slight twist. Stay for an inhale here. And exhale to find your hand back to the earth and step back directly into downward facing dog. Taking that to the other side, inhale to step left leg to the outside of your left hand. Finding left hand to your right knee, pressing it open. Coming to the outside edge of your left foot. To extend through your chest. Breath is slowing for one more inhale. Exhale to find both hands back. And step back directly to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Taking one more sequence here. Inhale to shift forward to plank pose. Exhale here. And inhale. Exhale, right knee to nose. Option to come back into fallen triangle or to move towards Vishabhamitrasana. Extending right leg with left arm. Or coming back to fallen triangle here. Whatever is good. If you don't generally practice Vishabhamitrasana, no need to take that tonight. Just breathing here. Staying for one more inhale wherever you are. Exhale to come back to plank pose. Stay for an inhale, exhale to take your flow. And meet in downward facing dog. We'll take that on the other side. Inhale to come forward to plank. Exhale to settle. One more inhale. Exhale, bringing the left knee to nose. Shifting towards side plank. Maybe coming towards Vishabhamitrasana here. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Otherwise, coming into fallen triangle, extending left leg long. Stay for a few breaths. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, everything comes back to the mat in plank pose. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to release knees and feet. Or to go into Chaturanga. Taking knees down, cobra. Or Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Eventually taking a few breaths either in downward facing dog or child's pose. If you need to release your wrists, maybe coming to sit on your knees. Put a little bit of weight into your wrists. Allowing them to stretch out. As you're ready, we'll come back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. This is our last section of flow for the night. As you're ready, step your feet together at the back of your mat, big toes touch. Inhale to spiral, right leg up and open. Hip stack on top of hip. Find a puff of air under left armpit to stabilize your shoulders. Stay for an inhale. Option on your exhale to flip your dog into wild thing. Breathing here. One more inhale. Exhale, back to downward facing three-legged dog. Exhale, take a large right step forward between your arms. Spiral your back foot out. Inhale to rise, exhale to settle, warrior two. Find a fierce warrior two. Allow your tailbone to drop back and under you as you find a 90-degree bend in your front knee. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down to the mat. Inhale, coming back up to warrior two. Then exhale, finding side angle. Maybe Right elbow comes to right knee or right hand comes to the floor. As you're ready, we're moving into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Eventually finding your right thumb in line with right pinky toe. If you need to move for more space, please do so. And extending, left leg up behind you. Opening to your left shoulder. Breathing here. Option to stay there or to find left hand to left foot in Shavasana. Breathe here. On your next inhale, extend everything back out if not already there. And on your exhale, release your back down, coming into standing split. Maybe one or both hands come to the ankle. Stay for an inhale here, and exhale to release that foot down to the floor. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold, let everything go here. Maybe coming into Padangusthasana here, finding your palms under your feet to release your wrists a little bit. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Wherever you are, let your elbows go wide. Maybe rocking weight back and forth into the palms of your hands and heels of your feet. Eventually coming to find hands onto the floor. Release all the way into your forward fold, bending knees as much as you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Bahasasana, upward salute. Exhale, deep bend in the knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step back, plank pose. Stay for the inhale. Last chaturanga or knees down cobra of the day. Take your variation. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Equal weight in hands and feet in your downward facing dog as you take one more luxurious downward facing dog of class. And as you're ready, step feet together at the back of your mat, big toes touch. Inhale to lift left leg up over the mat, hip stack on top of hip, opening left hip. Find a puff of air under right shoulder to stabilize your shoulders, equal weight in both hands. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to bend the knee, and if it's in your practice, flip your dog into wild thing. Extend through fingertips for one inhale. Full exhale. Inhale. Exhale, two. Take one more inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, three-legged dog. And on your exhale, take a large left step forward between your hands. Spiral back heel down. Inhale to rise, exhale to settle, warrior two. Feeling the knife edge of your back foot down into the floor. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands down to the floor. Keeping space in your chest. Inhale, opening back up to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Extend up through your right arm. Opening through your shoulders. Maybe left elbow comes to left knee. Or maybe it comes to the floor. Whatever feels good here. Eventually look down to the mat. Free position if you need to. Otherwise, taking a deep bend in the left knee to come into Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon pose. Gaze can stay down to the floor. Breathe into this. If you're ready, maybe taking Shavasana, finding right foot and right hand. And kicking foot into hand. Eventually on an inhale, extending everything back out. And exhale to release your body forward to standing split. Maybe one or both hands comes to the ankle. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale to release your foot down to the mat. Forward fold, let everything go. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, Ardha Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment of breath here. As you're ready, inhale, arms up overhead. Deeply sit back as if in chair pose. Continuing past chair pose. Reaching your hands forward until your hips are over your heels. And slowly rock back onto your seat. Coming to a more relaxed sequence here. We'll come to find Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet touch, knees go wide. Option to find blocks under your knees, if that feels good. Your inhale, gently walk your fingers forward, extending through your heart. Breathe here. Extending through your back, keeping it nice and straight all the way through the crown of your head. Stay for one more inhale. And exhale to round over, releasing your elbows to the floor, maybe forehead touches the mat or a block. And breathe. Is there any way you can relax a little bit more with your next exhale? Coming back to that idea of joy as you start to slow down. Reflecting on the amazing things that your body can do in this practice. On your next inhale, bring your weight back into your hands, come up to a seat, and come to extend both legs out in front of you. Thinking Tadasana staff pose, hands can come to either side. For an inhale and an exhale. On your inhale, start to walk your fingertips forward, extending your chest, keeping your back nice and straight again. Extend through your heart. So you breathe here. So for one more inhale, exhale to release forward, round your back. Maybe forehead comes to a block or bolster, or rest in between your knees. Breath is flowing. Maybe you release your feet to get a little bit deeper. We'll be here for a few more breaths. On your next inhale, come to bring weight back into your hands and slowly walk back up to sit. Go ahead and scoot your hips forward a little bit. Coming to find your knees pointing up to the sky. Come to find your hands to the backside of your thighs as we move into boat pose variations. Option to stay here, shifting back onto your tailbone, maybe just barely hovering toes. Maybe you come to find legs parallel to the earth. Maybe you extend arms long. Maybe you extend legs long. And you breathe. On your next inhale, bring both arms up in front of you. Exhale to bring both hands to the side of your body, right side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left side. Taking inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Option to continue with this or to lower down into low boat as you inhale and exhale to the right, coming down to low boat. Inhale back through center. Exhale. Inhale up. Taking 2 more to each side. Inhale through center. One more each side. Suspend in boat pose for a moment. For one more inhale and exhale to slowly lower down through low boat, all the way to your back. Take an inhale and exhale, let everything go here. As you're ready, go ahead and scoop your legs up and into your chest. Give them a squeeze, rocking left and right and up and down your mat. As you're ready, releasing your arms, take a moment and shift your hips a couple inches to the right side of your mat. And exhale to release your legs over to the left side for a reclined twist. After your legs have stopped moving, maybe your gaze shifts over right hand. Breath is full, noticing how your belly expands into the twist. We'll be here for a little bit more. Let everything go, right shoulder heavy to the mat. Allowing this twisting of the spine to release the practice from your body. On your next inhale, shift your gaze back up to the sky. Pull your knees further into your chest as you slowly roll back onto your back. Release your feet down to the earth and shift your hips a couple inches over to the left before bringing your knees back up to your chest and releasing them over to the right side. Once your legs have stopped moving, maybe your gaze shifts over your left hand. Let left shoulder be heavy to the mat. We'll be here for just a few more breaths. As you're ready, on your next inhale, gaze shifts back up to the sky. Pull your knees closer into your chest as you slowly roll back onto your back. Release your feet to the floor and shift your hips back to neutral, hands by your sides, or maybe coming out to a T. Release your knees to one side and the other, windshield wipering your legs. Release your lower back. We're going to come to spend a few moments in an inversion. You can take an inversion of your choice, but my offering is to simply find legs extended up overhead. Hands can fall where they want to. Maybe arms come up overhead too. Letting everything relax. Releasing the practice from your feet, allowing blood flow to go back towards your heart. Find the place where it takes as little effort as possible to suspend your legs. A great option here is to take legs up a wall that's available to you. Allow the natural curves in your back to remain, not exacerbated in any way. And be here for a few more breaths. As you're ready, release your knees down. Again, scooping knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. And now moving into happy baby. Keeping your knees wide and finding hands to the outside or inside of your feet. Find your tailbone heavy down to the mat. Maybe finding a little bit of a sway back and forth. If any other movement in a cool down fashion is calling to you, go ahead and take that now. Stay here for one more inhale. And on your exhale, release the grip on your feet, hugging your knees back into your chest one more time. Rock a little bit, right, left, up and down your spine. Maybe coming to curl into a tiny ball, lifting your head up off the ground. Stay for one more inhale. And on your exhale, release everything down to the mat. Extend legs long out in front of you. Allow your shoulder blades to slide down your back. Arms come to either side of the mat, palms face up in Shavasana. One more time, bring your awareness back to your breath. And eventually, on an exhale, allowing your eyes to close and your breath to return to its normal pace, releasing all conscious control. Relax your entire body into the mat as if you were sinking into it. Maybe feeling as if your mat was a lily pad and you were floating on the water. The sun shining down on you. As you release a little bit more. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, muscles behind your eyes, your cheeks, jaw, throat, shoulders, arms, abdomen, legs. Let everything go. And eventually release all focus altogether. Just being present and taking a moment to just be here. A fragment of a rainbow bright through the moist air I see, all dark and damp on yonder height, all bright and clear to me. An hour ago the storm was here, the gleam was far behind. So will our joys and grief appear when earth has ceased to blind. Grief will be joy if on its edge falls soft that holiest ray. Joy will be grief if no faint pledge be there of heavenly day. As you're ready, start to take in your breath. Invite subtle movement back into the body, wiggling fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists. Maybe massaging the back of your head against the mat, shaking your head no. And if it's calling to you, taking a big morning stretch. As you're ready, coming to roll onto your right side. Take a moment on your side to reflect on your practice. Reflect on that intention of finding joy in the movement and the breath. Maybe allowing that smile to come back to your lips one more time. If you allow the practice to sink in. Eventually finding a moment of gratitude to yourself for showing up on your mat this evening. Your body for carrying you through this practice. And for this practice and everything that it has to offer us on and off the mat. Eventually press into your left hand and come up to a comfortable seat. Hands can rest on your knees, or if you'd like to join me, bringing hands to Anjali Mudra for a pose at heart center. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of truth, of light, and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. If you'd like to join me, bringing thumb knuckles up to third eye center, we'll seal this practice with the blessing of Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.